Storytelling is an ancient tradition. The act of passing knowledge on from one generation to the next is shared in many cultures and serves to connect us. In Never Alone, we are given the opportunity to participate in Alaska Native culture. We're told the story of Sayuka, a well-known Inupiaq tale of heroism, humility, and love. Never Alone is a cooperative puzzle platformer released in 2014 that is renowned for its stunning visuals, charm, and cultural roots. The game is a collaboration between Upper One Games and the indigenous people of the Cook Inlet Tribal Council. It's seen worldwide success in sales and awards and has been designed for many digital platforms including PlayStation, Xbox, PC, mobile, and the Wii U. Never Alone does a phenomenal job of implementing native culture and lore into its gameplay. The narration is provided in the Inupiaq language, and cinematic cutscenes are drawn using the traditional art of scrimshaw. These brief but intriguing looks into the culture complement the gameplay and build the game's rich atmosphere. Never Alone begins with our protagonist, Nuna, fleeing from a polar bear. Nuna is a young girl from a small village suffering from an eternal blizzard. Nuna ventured out on her own to find the source of the blizzards. When you begin to play, the game mechanics are relatively simple. The game demonstrates an emergent complexity where it introduces the mechanics gradually. You're first taught the basics, such as how to run and jump. Later on, you will learn how to climb walls, drop ropes, use the wind for momentum, and use weight to lower platforms. Unfortunately, the game actually suffers from its platforming. The controls can feel clunky and unresponsive, making the gameplay frustrating and tedious after dying several times. Shortly after the game begins, we meet Fox, Nuna's savior and companion. This introduces the character switching mechanic of the game. If you have a friend, you can begin local co-op. Otherwise, you can continue in single player, switching between Fox and Nuna and utilizing their different skills. Fox is small and agile and can climb slippery walls, but most importantly, he can summon spirits. These helping spirits can be used as paths around obstacles, such as drops and spikes, or as a way to escape danger, like a hungry polar bear or water. Meanwhile, Nuna's unique ability is the bola, a weapon made from braided sinew tied to bones. The bola is a projectile that the player uses to destroy obstacles and summon spirits, as well as distract enemies. Scattered throughout the levels in the form of owls are short videos of the Alaska Native community sharing their experiences and describing their culture. These videos range from discussing values of spirituality to recalling stories passed down by their grandparents. A favorite was a story about the Aurora Borealis, or Northern Lights. It says that these lights are the spirits of children who died very young. They always want to play, but you mustn't let them draw you in. Mothers would tell their children, if you don't have your hood on, the Auroras will chop your head off and play Eskimo football with it. It's a morbid thought, but the Auroras were never meant to be scary or dangerous. It's just the way things were.
Helpers in and of themselves are really about how we're connected.
Never Alone operates in a continuous 2D space. Players are only ever able to interact with objects in their plane. These objects can be characters, the environment, Nuna's bola, or the spirits. Every character in the game is based off recurring characters and archetypes in the Inupiaq stories. The Owlman is hinted to be a sympathetic elder spirit watching over Nuna, disguised as a man. In the cultural insight videos, they mention how spirits are always around us and can choose to reveal themselves to humans. This may be through the form of a bird leading you home or the body of a man. The game's antagonist, the Terrible Man, fulfills the role of a manslayer. Manslayers represent the consequences of acting for yourself and abandoning your community. To restore order, an unlikely hero will always stand up against the manslayer with the community at heart. This hero happens to be Nuna, the game's protagonist. Never Alone features a linear, embedded narrative, meaning the story proceeds in a chronological, scripted manner. The player cannot make any meaningful choices, and player agency is low. But by no means does this make Never Alone dull. The narrative is the most powerful element of the game. Like the Alaska Native tradition, it is telling us a story. From Garneau's 14 forms of fun, the game exhibits beauty, immersion, love, and discovery. These kinds of experiences make the game most attractive to gamers who desire a provocative and emotional game. Never Alone fits into Lindsay Grace's definition of an adventure-type game through its main elements of exploration and puzzle solving. By the gamer motivational model, it is defined by immersion and story. Finally, according to Bartle's taxonomy, explorers and achievers will enjoy Never Alone the most. Explorers will love the world's enchanting atmosphere and find themselves immersed in the game's magic circle, while achievers will be satisfied by difficult collectible and completion achievements. Never Alone's message to its players is to always be aware of your place in life. In the Inupiaq culture, everything is equal. There is no social hierarchy of man at top and everything else below. The game emphasizes the importance of connection to your family, the community, and nature. It strives to connect the player to its world and share the Inupiaq culture. This game is a way of storytelling, teaching the young, and of course passing knowledge down from one generation to the next. Before I end this video, I'd like to mention how video games as a medium for storytelling is a relatively new phenomenon, but the concept of narratology is powerful. Games have the potential to convey stories in ways that other mediums cannot. We can alter stories and explore them in a 3D space that simply wouldn't be possible in a movie or book. Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed it.